Bata. Hello everybody, Sunday Elijah here, talking about Nigerian mindset. Our host and anchor today is Israel Good News Balogun, and I will be here to answer his queries and his challenges coming not from him personally, but from the people he represents and stands for. And the people he represents in this program and stands for are the Nigerian populace and the mindset of our people. With me answering the questions and the challenges that Nigerians would like to throw at me is the Saveto himself, Bamishaye Victor. Hello, Bamishaye Victor.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, hello, Israel Good News Balogun.
Hello, dear.
How are you today? I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello, sir. And hello, my greetings to my brother also, Dr. Victor Bamshai.
Good evening to
and
you.
to everyone watching us this evening, wherever they are. I'm extending my greetings to everyone.
All right, we are hearing you.
Okay, today's program is all about the possibility of Nigeria being Islamized, and then what is the possibility that Nigeria can become an Islamic nation? If that will happen, if there's any possibility that Nigeria can become an Islamic nation, who will be responsible for it? I have three ways through which Nigeria can become an Islamized nation. One is Nigeria can become Islamized nation, an Islamic nation through jihad. Nigeria can become an Islamic nation through legislative. And Nigeria can become an Islamic nation if the Christians fail in their roles and responsibilities. These are three ways through which I think Nigeria can become an Islamic nation. And then the program today is essentially to establish any of these things. Which one is more possible, or what is the evidence on ground? If Nigeria will become an Islamic nation tomorrow, which of these elements can make Nigeria to become an Islamic nation? But I will start from and that's why I'm bringing DSA and Dr. Victor today, because your role with me is to help me also to assess and to be. You are not in Nigeria. You don't think like. Not let me say you don't think like us, but let me say maybe you are an individual who think not because of what you see, what you hear, but you base your thinking on fact and figures. But Nigerians today believe that the plan, the method, the things that are going on in Nigeria today is essentially towards making Nigeria become an Islamic nation. So everybody believes. There's a particular video I wouldn't want to play. It will take much of our time. I would have loved that we play, but it does not count. this message was a particular man from Khan, Christian Association of Nigeria. The man was representing Khan, was going around, he was teaching in different churches, and he was coming up with theory of how Turkey become an Islamic nation. How Turkey happened to be a a Christian nation from the beginning, and how they become an Islamic nation. Then I went back to check for the history and the reason behind why Turkey become an Islamic nation. And I got shocked what I discovered. Well, I am not going to jump the guns. Let me start from. There are three main reasons why I have said earlier that it's possible for Nigeria to become an Islamic nation. Or let me say, there are three methods through which Nigeria can be Islamized. One of it is through jihad, holy war. Nigerians believe that the strategy of Boko Haram, S-men, killing of people in different states that we have been hearing about, kidnapping, is for the purpose of sending wars or colonizing other tribes and turning them to become a Muslim. For instance, when they propose Buga, the news about giving settlement to cows, rearers in different states, and federal government saying is willing, anyone who's willing to do that with him is willing to also partner with them. People started shouting, and their strongest point of argument was that it is a plan of Buhari to turn Nigeria to Islamic nation. That was the strongest argument. Nobody sat down to check and to weigh the advantages that these things could bring to countries and states that accept such business to thrive. But they get the sentiment and the support of the masses against that plan because they were able to spread the news that the government is planning in sending their own agent in different states, and for the sake of breaking through and sending war. When that was the first, that was one of the reasons why we think Nigeria, an Islamized nation, Nigeria can be Islamized, and they say through the war, through the method of terrorism. When people are killed, they will be forcefully asked to become a Muslim. Before I give a further explanation from my end, I would love to hear, because I have a video to play, but I would love to hear our view first and foremost on this, the possibility of Nigeria becoming an Islamic nation through jihad. What do we think of that?
Well, people who are weak give excuses. People who don't have arguments, they major in speculations. People who lack facts fall back to assumptions. And that is what we see that the Nigerian Christians have started to do in regards to this question of Islamize in Nigeria. Buhari has already spent one term and is now going to his second, is now in his second term. He didn't Islamize Nigeria in the first term. He was there in 84, he didn't Islamize Nigeria. In the second term, we have not seen the Islamization. I don't know what they will say after Buhari finishes. They always come out with different stories just to discredit the poor guy. Concerning Turkey, I think the name of the guy is Olumide Emmanuel or something. No, not Olumide, something Emmanuel, something like that. Is it Bosun Emmanuel or something? I think it's Bosun Emmanuel they call the guy. that came back from Germany and started distributing and spreading so that fear among Christians, saying Turkey was a Christian nation, and now it's a Muslim country because the Christians didn't know the agenda of the Muslims, and they were Islamized. But what he refuses to say is that it is the Christians, the actions of the Eastern Christians and the Western Christians, their disagreements and their feuds among themselves is what led to the fall of Constantinople. So Constantinople, which was Turkey in those days, fell because of this schism between two branches of Christians. The Christians who are Catholics and the Christians who are Orthodox in the East. So that it is because of our own disagreement and division among ourselves that led to the fall of Constantinople. So the same thing could happen today. And why that could happen is that it is not the actions of the Muslims. I agree with this topic that you gave. That it's not the actions of the Muslims that will make Nigeria to become Islamic, if anything at all. It is probably going to be because of the inaction of the Christians, or the lack of unity of the Christians, or the lack of purpose of the Christians. Will it happen by war and violence? We are no more in that age. If it could happen by violence, Islamic people would have taken back Israel. They would have taken back Palestine, the land of Palestine. They tried to do that in the 60s, and they were beaten brutally. And since they have lost the 6 Days War, the 6-day war, and the Islamic people and Muslims stopped trying to use violence to achieve anything. And they could use religion, but not violence, because they always fail. Because Muslim nations now are not some of the most powerful militarily. The age when the Muslims in the 5th century, when the Muslims used violence and military to spread their faith, those days are gone. They are now weak. They are too weak now. They know that if they try that, they will be wiped out of the surface of the earth. Just like Saddam Hussein tried to do the same thing. He was trying to do something like that. He was removed very fast, and his country converted to the opposite, to become an ally of America that he hated most. Gaddafi is another madman of the East that was trying to do the same thing. He was turned into a rat, hiding in holes and canals in his own country. And he was wiped out very quickly, and his country left in shambles. Nobody will try that again. It is an old philosophy and ideology that through violence, Muslims or Islamic people will spread Islam and overtake some countries. I mean, those are fables for the gullibles. Those are not thoughts for right-thinking, informed minds.
When you said fables for the gullibles, I said that was no pun intended.
No?
No pun intended.
Yeah.
But of course, I think this happens when people take fragment of information, and it's easier for them to
have truth,
because they've been doing that with their Bibles. They've been practicing that with their Bibles for a long time
in their four walls of the church.
So they just take half information from the Bible that they have readily with them.
They have become experts in doing that.
Now imagine when you now give them an expanse of history that's wide, and probably they even have to search more. There were 2 times Turkey has had this experience of war and the removal of the Christian faith. That was in the 15th century, like you mentioned, and then the treaty between Europe and then the Muslims
Austria-Hungary, after the First World War.
After the First World War. People don't know these things. But how do you expect them to know it when they don't even know what's in their Bible? I thought the Bible says those that know their God shall be strong and do exploit. So if the Bible says that, why then are you scared? Even if there was going to be jihad, Why are you not thinking?
If you know your God.
So, but here's the deal. Like DSC said, it is fables for the gullible, and of course they do swallow it because their minds are not occupied with greater things. Their mind are so narrow that big things can occupy it. The only thing that can occupy it are fables, are myopic thinking, are fake news. And the thing about fake news in that sense again is that people are gotten by fake news and this kind of propaganda to the tune and to the direction of what their bias is. And many of these people, they really have hate for people who do not believe what they believe. And what that hate really does, it makes you susceptible to fake news, and it makes you susceptible to believing things that are not factual.
So deception.
Yeah, to deception. And yeah, that it opens you to all of that. And so you will not really be able to consider real things. But I think that is one of the failures of the church, that the church has not done so well in expanding the minds of those who worship within its fold. It has not expanded, it has not done well to invest in the minds of those who come and subscribe to it. Imagine if, and I'm going to say this, DSA, I don't know how controversial it will sound, but I just imagine a man who all he reads is the Bible, as much as I believe in the Bible. But I can't imagine what kind of life such a person will live on earth.
The 21st century.
In this 21st century, a man who reads only the Bible. Because when he is being told of something that never happened, he has no idea. He has never taken to the newspaper to read what is happening. He is not even living in now, not to talk less of living in history. Since probably age 7 or 10, made it a duty to read the newspaper every day. So they are very, let me say, I don't know, I won't say I know most, but I know quite a lot of things. And so for me, those things are not history now, because I was a part of it. Now, that Christian is not living in the world. He does not know what happened in 2015. He has no idea what happened in 2003. So when they tell him that so and so happened, even though those things did not happen, he does not know, because he has not been a student of the present, talk less of being a student of the past. So he is very open to deceit. And that's why many of these people believe things can happen that way. Because someone who lives in today and understands a bit of history will know that there's something called dispensations. Right now we have government. In those days we had kingdom. And every kingdom, like I said in the program 2 weeks ago, every kingdom then had an expansionist idea. The church, when the church lost focus and became a kingdom in itself, where the Pope was the king, was even ruling everywhere, England had to even get independence from the church. Many people don't know that the whole idea of Anglican was so that the English crown could gain independence from the Roman Catholic Church. So even the church was a kingdom, and the whole idea of that kingdom was that it should keep what? Expanding. When even after Martin Luther wrote his letter, the church still needed to expand. And how did they come? They came in the form of something called the counter-revolution by the Jesuits.
Where is your microphone?
Yeah.
You don't lose that ball. Let it hang like that. Put it forward.
They came in the form of a counter-revolution that was done by the Jesuits.
Make it just hang like that.
Yes. That was done by the Jesuits. Yes. And these Jesuits, what were they doing? They were still spreading around to spread the idea and see how many more kingdoms and territories they could conquer. But that time even we now came into not just kingdoms now, but kingdoms relinquishing their authority to government. Governments themselves started relinquishing their authority to capitalists. And it was not government that gave birth to countries like Nigeria. It was not the British government. Government did not give birth to America. Those who gave birth to America, Australia, South Africa were capitalists. Now, look at how dispensation has changed. And you want to tell me religion is the most important thing today? That they will now make you a Muslim? Now, I believe that people can be converted from one religion to another. And I believe many people in Nigeria are serving one religion. And you know what that religion is, DSA?
Mammon.
Yeah, money. It is money. Both those who identify as Christians and those who identify as Muslims, all of them are united by a common bond called money. Because that is what the dispensation that we are now talks about. So you must understand those dispensations and not be misled by all these fables of Islam is old-fashioned. Christianity is old-fashioned.
Religion is outdated.
Technology and money are the things that are ruling the world right now. So don't let someone be drawing you back into the idea of somebody will convert you to a religion. It doesn't.
No, they can convert you, but
not the whole country. I mean that they can convert the whole country into religion. Countries are too busy for that. Even Saudi Arabia, that is the homestead of Islam,
is being converted by technology
and money. Right now, they are opening many because they need more money to come in, more technology to come in. They are changing many of their rules.
Even Iran is being converted by technology.
So, you now think Nigeria that has not even caught up with anything. I think there's so much to be discussed.
It's a talk for the jobless.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, and then Dr. Victor, maybe you should wait for the stone, because that statement you made, they are going to throw you a lot of stone by saying that Christianity is old version. Wait for the stone is coming, and I hope you have a shed to block yourself and to.
Did you really say Christianity? I thought you said religion.
Well, I mentioned Christianity, mentioned Islam. They are all old-fashioned.
So, but they are coming for you. But I don't want to disagree with anybody on their view or on their assumption. And I don't want to disagree with them by just merely talking. I can just tell you it's not true, it's not true. You can't be. You want to prove it and show them that this cannot be. I think Dr. Victor started last program on this kind of topic, and then he started with trying to explain the reason for expansion. I think that's why he stopped, and then the network couldn't allow us to go on. We are trying to speak and explain the reason behind the expansion, the reason behind the Fulani coming to move to this terrain, moving from that place to Ilorin, even reaching for Yo and stuff. And then that was the reason. It's just for expansion. And then wherever they expand, they come with their religion. The same way when England expanded its kingdom to Nigeria, Nigeria was not a Christian nation before they came. They also came with their religion. And then they did not conquer Nigeria by gun to convert them to become Christians. They were conquered by something superior than gun. They were conquered by unspeakable, unexplainable love from the Christians. Of course, if we are colonized with gun, but Nigeria didn't accept their religion with gun. God was not point on Nigeria to say yes to Jesus. People who brought Christianity make them to believe and to accept Christianity because they saw something that is more powerful than God, and those people who brought it, they brought it with unexplainable love. That is why Nigeria was able to embrace Christianity. Okay, jihad being the possibility of making Nigeria becoming an Islamic nation, it is as tantamount to saying that Nigeria will become, I don't know where to place it really, because the possibility is zero. Why? Under the sovereign power of Nigeria to defend its citizens, whoever take a harm against Nigerians in the purposing of enforcing its own religion on them forcefully, Nigeria has an obligation to defend its own citizens. It is an obligation of Nigeria to defend its own. So even if the sitting president is the one planning it to make Nigeria become an Islamic nation, whatever make him to whatever way, the other subtle manner or whatever method they want to use to penetrate the country with and taking out against the country. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. He has a responsibility to protect the life and property of his people. Nobody can enforce his own or our religion on anyone in this country. Not even in this age of 21st century.
But why are you talking about, why are you even discussing about this? If you are a Christian yourself, you know that this is hypocrisy. Let me just ask you and other Christians in Nigeria, are they not praying that Nigeria will become a Christian nation? What church in Nigeria is not praying that Nigeria will become a Christian country? What pastor is not praying that Nigeria will accept Christ and be born again and the whole country will be saved? What Christian is not praying, that the northern part of Nigeria also will be saved? Who is not praying that Nigeria will become? Who is not wishing out of all Christians in Nigeria that we will have a Christian president? A Christian president that will make Nigeria to become Christian. Who is not praying about that? Who is not wishing for that in their own heart? That's exactly what they want too. So if Muslims too are having desire and wishes that Nigeria will become Islamic, they have their plan, good for them. Let me just give me my own freedom to have my own plan too. And whoever is organized better, whoever is more gathered and more organized, more strategic, let him try. I want to say, whose religion is better, whose religion is superior, let it win. It's a free world. If their religion is superior, let them win. Let them convince us. If it's our own religion that is superior, we'll convince them. I am not concerned about what the Muslims are planning to do, make Christian Nigerian a Muslim country. Let them plan. I am also planning to make Nigeria a Christian country. And I'm going to be surprised if some Christians are not planning to make Nigeria a Christian country. What's the problem? I don't know what you say to that, Mr. Israel.
DSA, you see it from that perspective. Let me tell you where Nigeria sees it. And this is, to most Christians in Nigeria, it's like, we are in war. We have made a wrong choice. This man is here to destroy, to Islamize. We will not accept it. They want to kill many Christians. They want to push people to religions. And then one can begin to wonder, but you also are praying to make Nigeria a. They say, we are only praying.
They said what?
Can you hear me, sir?
They said what?
We are only praying. We are not taking harm against them. We are not killing them now. We are only praying that God will convince them, but they are killing us. They are making us to believe that if we don't believe in their religion, they will kill of us. And the president himself is looking away. He's not doing anything. I'm telling you the way Nigeria is thinking and the way they behave, the way they react to this issue.
You mean Muslims are killing Christians?
That is exactly the way Nigeria think.
No. Say that again. The Muslims are killing Christians to make Nigerian Islamic?
That I'm speaking from Nigerian mind to you right now, DSA.
It's the Muslims who are killing Christians to make Nigeria Islamic?
I am from.
Where are the facts?
Let me also tell you that, DSA. Not only did they discuss it, this is a issue of National Congress for denomination that will call a national prayer for press conference, discussion from quarters, leaders of Christians, believing that Christians are being deliberately killed so that they will convert Nigeria to a Islamic nation.
Are they talking about the killings of the headsmen killing?
They are talking about the bombing of more churches.
What about the mosques that are being bombed by the same people?
That is exactly what they are saying. They say that when they bomb mosques, they will bomb one mosque and bomb 10 churches.
Okay, what about all the destruction that have been going on in Katsina, Nasarawa, Kaduna, and other places, much more than in the west, in the south? Most killings that have been going on these days are going on in the north, not in the south, not among the Christians, but among the Muslims.
DSA, is you see, okay, maybe you get to know this better right now, that Nigerians will believe whatever they heard somebody saying, particularly when it's coming from their leader, from the church leader. When they say to them that there is a plan, there is a conspiracy to Islamize Nigeria. Because here we don't question anybody. If you question them, you are.
Go ahead, please.
If you question anybody, you are rude. If you demand for explanation, you are rude. So when the leader come on stage and say, the plan of the okay. I would have bring some of the video of Bishop Oyedepo to this program. Maybe he says, and one begin to wonder, how do Nigeria get to think in this manner? With so much influence a man is having on a nation, and you are speaking from a one-sided information, not even bringing out facts. Hello?
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 Yes, I'm hearing you.
I want to tell you because it seems I'm closing here.
Yes.
So this is another challenge. That when you see when the killing was good, I don't know. Last program we had, I said, Apostle Suleiman, we are the herdsmen. The herdsmen, the killing is no longer on the news. Nobody is sharing that testimony on the pulpit. Nobody is coming out today. I've seen the lives of many are no longer taking anymore. The bandits are done now. Everybody is silent about it. But if they are killing tomorrow, you will believe of everybody. Nigerians today are going to take Islam and whenever they are taking people, you will not come to the game. It's because they are defending him. And if this is admitted by those ordinary people who have wondered or bothered about it, but you will be surprised, sir. You will be surprised to know that people who are severely different of the functions, they are church leaders.
They are what?
They are church leaders. And this is the reason why I said jihad will not Islamize Nigeria. Nobody can take harm against a sovereign nation and make it to become or accept its own way. He can do it through strategy. He can plan. He can achieve his two right system. He can do it in a better way, but in the way of harm, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. No nation of the world will recognize any country that through harm make its countrymen to believe in his own idea, not in 21st century that we are into. And even we are not in this age, it could have been possible, but this age we are in, no one take harm against his nation, convert them to accept his own idea, his own religion, that will gain any recognition by anybody. That is all I have to say about jihad before we go to the next
Next thing that we love to talk about.
All right, we're hearing you.
Okay. The next possible method or reason why Nigeria can become an Islamic nation or that can be Islamized is legislative process. If Nigeria can have its own national assembly, state House of Representatives, if it can have 2/3 of its house to vote in support of becoming an Islamic and a Muslim nation, maybe Nigeria can achieve it. And that means Abia State need to vote to become a Muslim nation. Enugu, Delta, Cross River, River State. All these states need to vote in support of that kind of law. Oyo State need to vote, Osun State need to vote, Lagos State need to vote, Ogun State need to vote, Ekiti need to vote, and I'm very sure if you want to bet it with me, you can have such law. Nobody can even propose such law. But I will not want us to go further but I want us to hear what President Muhammad has to say. I would love us to play the first video, the first video. I would love to hear from us on on this topic.
President Muhammad Buhari.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll hear what President Buhari has to say about people saying he wants to Islamize Nigeria.
It is not. Neither is it possible to Christianize Nigeria or to paganize it. I have said it. The Constitution, well, you need to amend the Constitution to begin with under this system. You just can't wake up and say that everybody is now a Muslim, or everybody now is a Christian, or nobody should have any God. You can't do it. It's just not possible. People are just distracting people's attention from the main issue of the country. I think that's why those who sit down and craft the Constitution were right. Let anybody or everybody in Nigeria practice their religion. But the fundamental responsibility of governance is to protect the life and property of all Nigerians. I cannot aspire to this office now under this Constitution and then even attempt, even remotely, to antagonize any religion. It's just not possible. I can't do that because there is part of the Quran that said no compulsion in religion, like Rafi did, no compulsion in religion. So all those people, and I said it when Boko Haram started this nonsense, I say you can't go to kill school children in their sleep. You can't go and blow people up in church. You can't go and blow people in mosque, in marketplace, in motor parks, and say Allahu Akbar. You either don't know what you are saying or you don't believe it. None of the religions advocate hurting the innocent in any form.
Wow. We just listened to the president.
Yes. I would love to hear what you think about this possibility of Islamizing Nigeria through legislation, sir.
You have said it all. You have said it all. It is not possible because every state has to vote, and if they vote, two-thirds of people in every state have to support it. And then two-thirds of all states have to support it. And then two-thirds of the National Assembly, both Senate and House of Representatives have to support it for it to happen. So it's not possible at all. They have to first change the Constitution. And if they change the Constitution, there's the military there.
Before that happens, there will be military coup or something like that. Because a lot of the people in military are born again. A lot of the people in military are Christians. You know, a lot of the governors are Christians. Even governors where people are that are APC, a lot of their governors are Christians. A lot of their House of Representative members are Christians. Even the president's associates and ministers, the vice president are Christians.
So how would they all agree to change, to deny their God and their faith? I mean, look, I don't even know who is talking about this thing, who is discussing this thing. Well, I think what President Buhari said is very true. It's a distraction. Some people are just trying to distract. He even quoted Quran that there is no compulsion in religion, that religion shouldn't be, that no faith should nobody should make anybody believe. You can't hear me? My voice is gone? Is there? How is it now? So I don't know who for me, I even find it degrading and embarrassing and even shameful that I'm talking about this. It's a waste of time, and it's a pity that anybody is taking that kind of talk serious. And it's the right thing that President Buhari has given the answer. He's even bewildered the way he was even answering. You could just see that he's very, surprised that anybody will even do anything like that. And it's a pity that people who say they are educated or they are Christians are thinking like that. It is an insult. It is. I don't know what maybe Victor will say about that.
I am of the opinion that
Victor is talking. Victor Gavani Dewoshi. Yes, please go ahead.
I'm of the opinion that it's even much easier for the third term agenda to have taken place than for this Islamic agenda or whatsoever the contraption that has been made in this gullible minds to ever surface. The third term by Obasanjo was fought, which was the easiest because it was even political.
He can't hear you.
You can't hear Victor.
Okay, I think he could not see me the part of the video.
Okay. Continue.
So, I am of the opinion that if third term could not take place, even though it was a political interest that binded so many people together, where Obasanjo, as of that time, had every power, every political power, every influence, the money that he needed. There was a lot of...
And the track record. He had the track record too. Go ahead and talk. Continue talking.
I think they are saying the hands here. It's very low.
Grom Shizela to you. Yes, go ahead, please.
So, with all of the resources Obasanjo had, could not make a third term come through. No third term agenda is ever possible even within the Nigerian political space. They're now much more of the... so I think it's an idle talk. I think we should not even be here. And I think, again, like you pointed out, I would just like to make a little more emphasis on what you pointed out about the number of political key players and stakeholders who are Christians. You come to the southwest, all of Nigeria south today, both the southwest, the south-south, and the southeast. Do you know there's only one Muslim governor?
All the rest are
Christians. In every state of the south today, only Osun state governor is Muslim.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and talk. So only Osun state governor
is a Muslim.
Now, do you think, who wants to reason that while all of this agenda is going on in the minds of the idol, that these governors of the south will be sleeping tight? Not to forget that even in the north, the governor of Benue, the governor of Plateau State, the governor of Taraba State are Muslims, are Christians rather. And that even a state like Nasarawa, you will find even more of the Christian population in that state.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you can't have all of this and then believe that these things are possible. I think they are just contractions in the minds of people, and they are, like you rightly said earlier, fables for the gullible. So they are simply not possible. But I think the next thing we may be talking about, that if legislation is not possible, okay, I'll wait for him to make the point and see if that will be necessary in the course of the conversation.
So, Victor agreed that legislatively it's not possible to Islamize Nigeria.
Thank God that both DSA and Victor already agree with me and my position that legislative and it's not possible to Islamize Nigeria. But I want to also argue that Christian has the capacity to make the whole nation, not necessarily 100%, but to the point where we can call Nigeria an Islamic nation. When you begin to have people becoming Christians, becoming Muslim without anybody having to point a gun on their head, without anybody need to pass any law, but they can become Muslim willingly. And you can have it to the tune of not less than 85% of our population. Because as I'm talking to you, there are more people, many Igbo people are becoming Muslims as I'm talking to you. It's making them to join Islam. This is not a discussion to rate a religion above others. But this is a discussion to let Nigeria know that the rumors around is not true. Christians themselves have the power, and the way Christianity is being practiced in Nigeria presently, the way we are trending in Nigeria presently, if you continue in this trend, there is every possibility that people will lose faith. People will lose faith, and they will find faith in wherever they can find acceptance. When we come back, we are going to dwell on this, and I will give you my point, my reason why I think Christians can make an Islamized Nigeria. But I want us to listen to a video, and that video will also help us to some of my position on this particular one. Please, the second video.
What's the name of the video?
Where DSA was having a debate with Dr. Anu and Yemi.
Okay. Second video, they said, I've studied the history of the church. You will see that there is a time that in the history of the church that we used to refer to as the Dark Age. In the Dark Ages of the church, because nobody was talking, because the church guarded the mouth of people, and they practiced things like what do you call this? Not crusades, but when you are killing people and putting them on fire, burning them, inquisition, so it is inquisition. So that inquisition and all those things, it is a process of gagging people. So inquisition, it has happened before, and the church was dead. Now, the church was not totally dead, because there were still people who were hiding, who were, underground, the remnant. But this is not the church of one country. I'm talking about the whole world was like dead, just because there were no people criticizing. And we had this period for like 1,000 years, 500 years, 600 years. Darkness ruled over the earth. And it is during this period that we engage in crusades. If you have read you know, the very terrible things that Christians did. But even before then, it is at this time that the church was so weak that we lost, as a result of that, the church, the body of Christ, the worldwide church now. We lost Egypt to Islam. We lost Morocco to Islam. We lost Algeria to Islam. All those countries were Christian countries. Turkey, Tunisia, Syria, Lebanon. You know, all those countries in North America and Asia, they were all Christian countries. We all lost all of them to Islam because the church was not self-criticizing. Even though the church came out and survived it, but one of the ways that God used the church to salvage the church, to survive it, was Reformation. That Martin Luther, the reformer, did. So when he came, he set free the church, broke the yoke, and started a new lineage of church that we call Protestants today. We are all products of what Martin Luther did. That's exactly what we're doing in Nigeria. If we let things to go the way it's going now in Nigeria, it will be dead, just like it died in Turkey. Christianity died in Turkey, in Greece, in Morocco, in Egypt, in other places.
So you believe the church can self-destruct if someone...
Yes. It is not the forces from outside that destroy the church. It is the forces from inside, the ignorance and the darkness from inside that destroys the church. And then the outside forces, like Islam, only take advantage of that. They will Islamize Nigeria without striking, without shooting a gun. We will self-destroy to the extent that everybody, Christians themselves, will move over to Islam. If we don't quickly, it is happening already. I heard that even children of pastors right now in Nigeria are becoming atheists. Atheism is taking over. You know, why is the rise of atheism in Europe? Because of the death of the church in Europe. That's why that's what gave birth to atheism. So, even right now in America and in England, there are children of Christians and children of pastors, even in Nigeria, who don't want to have anything to do with Christianity, just because of the kind of practices that churches are tolerating right now. The church is being invaded by ungodliness, and that is pushing people away from church. So we must do reformation, we must stop the evil, we must chase away the darkness with the light, so that we will be able to rescue not just the church but our nation. Well, when Martin Luther, the reformer, was doing what he did, people actually excommunicated him. They even told him that he was an anathema. He was apostate. He was declared as a devil in the flesh. And anybody that will have anything to do with him, they are cursed. But today, it is through that man, and thanks to him, and people like him who followed his examples, that we still have the church living. And even the people who excommunicated him, 400 years later, they celebrated him and forgave him and withdrew the verdict that they released against him. So today too, people might see me as an evil distraction to the church, but history will put me in the right place of history. If you have been the video is over. I don't know the point that Mr. Israel Good News Balogun was trying to make from that video. So, Mr. Israel, we are hearing you. Are you talking? Yes, say it again, please.
I said this is where I think I would love to establish the fact that if the church is not careful, if the church is not ready to take and to accept change,
okay.
If the church is not willing to repent,
if the church is not willing to look within and realize that he and she has missed it, I think at this point, the church has the capacity, the power, the everything that is needed to make people that he has saved to return back to Islam. Instead of them to think jihad will make Nigeria a nation of war, or a nation of Muslims, they should know that Islam will not need to point God. Muslims do not need to point God at anybody, but by the virtue of the way church is moving and practicing has been practiced in Nigeria, there's high possibility that Nigeria will be Islamized as a result of the failure of the church. One, this is what I think. I say, if Buhari has given Muslims 5% of the support Jonathan gave to the Christian leaders, if Buhari has given 5% of support that Jonathan gave to Christian leaders, I think by now we will be in war. Because everybody will believe and they will conclude that Buhari is actually after something. I also want to say that Christians will Islamize Nigeria. If Christians fail to concern ourselves, or if the church fail to concern ourselves with matters that are weightier. What do I mean by matters that are weightier? If the church fail to begin to look into the people instead of their personal and individual visions. If the church will now stop concentrating on them, the leaders, being the center of everything, there is every possibility that whosoever cater or care for the need of the people, we get them and we cover them. I just decided not to play the third video, maybe because of time, or I really want to hear opinion of Dr. Bamshai and DSA on this matter. There is a video of DSA that speak about a driver of one of the top pastor in Nigeria, in the person of Bishop Abioye, how his driver became a Muslim as a result of the church towards him. If the church will not concern ourselves with the issue that relates with the people above than the things that the man of God said he saw today in Nigeria, it is the revelation of the man that will be paid for. It is what the man says that we will pay for. Nobody cares when today the competition on ground is
what?
My father built on. Are you hearing me, sir?
My father built.
My father 100,000 capacity. I must beat the record of my father. And the people they expect to come and worship in that building, they have lost the definition of what love is all about. Nigeria now cannot explain or give example of what it means to love. And if you want to do that, sir, if you want to understand what I said, let everyone who is calling today, particularly who is calling from Nigeria, ask them to kindly define
what it means to love. And particularly if they are Christians, ask them to define with example how to love. So the church has put mind away from loving the people to sponsoring the vision, mission, dreams of the man. And that exactly was the reason why other nations that have been Islamized today became a nation of they were being Islamized. The church in Nigeria must realize this, and I'm saying if the church in Nigeria continue in this kind of system, Nigeria will become a Muslim nation and nobody will need to carry gun. The Muslim came up with an idea of starting a Muslim, is it Muslim bank or Islamic banking? And they are willing to give loan to anybody, irrespective of your religion, without loan. They are willing to give loan to anyone who needs it. And the religion they are coming from.
Without percentage. Okay. Okay.
They are willing to give loan to anybody. It doesn't matter if they're Muslim or Buddhist. That as much as you have an idea of the business, you can get this money, and then the only problem is Nigeria. What are making wars? They want to Islamize Nigeria. That was the only noise.
Let them start their own banks now without interest.
So if they start such a bank today, you will pay tithes from that loan first. When you get the loan, the first thing that will be removed automatically is tithes. And when you pay tithes, you will pay loan, you will pay interest. As a matter of fact, most of the bank in Nigeria today that were found guilty under Soludo or what's the name of
Sanusi.
the Emir of Kano?
Sanusi.
Sanusi. Most of the CEO of those banks, they were top leaders in church. Most of them are top leaders. Most of them are the highs of the founders. And the same group of the people who happen to be the one who's supposed to stand for the masses are the one who are. They will take this same money and go buy jet for their father. And the church will only argument they see is they want to Islamize Nigeria. They want to Islamize Nigeria. But the life and the way they are living or practicing Christianity in Nigeria today, yes, let me tell you, they are poor. Nigeria will become an Islamized nation. You will become a Muslim nation. There's no need for God if the church failed to repent from this system and the method she is practicing. Let me tell you this, but I'm going to come back to you, sir, and Dr. Victor, because I really want you to also, you can disagree with me, or you can agree with me, but I'm trying to establish my fact that the church is the only one I see that has the possibility of making Nigeria become an Islamic nation if the church continues this way. I say average Christian does not know how to show love. Best way to explain the state of Nigeria church is to say we have Pharisees in synagogue. Today in Nigeria, the same synagogueans in the Bible and the view of Jesus Christ that Jesus totally destroyed and condemned, it is only system that Nigeria is practicing today. And this is very simple. They know that is the only system that can profit them. That is the only system that can make them to become fathers. That is the only system that can make them to remain in business. If the church continue in this manner, if the church will not see him and everyone, and they will not stop reading attention to the goodness of others because they are not in their religion. I cannot ask a Muslim sister out and tell her I want to marry her. Marrying her alone has shown that I am already a fallen brother. In fact, Muslim is too far, sir. Christian and another Christian cannot marry themselves. If your denomination is not acceptable by my denomination, I cannot take a woman from another denomination and take you to my parents and tell them this is the woman I want to marry. And if they got to know that she's not from an acceptable denomination, she cannot be married. These are reasons, these are bases, these are explanations I will tell. The reason I think Nigerian Christians will make Nigerians become Muslims is that Nigerian church has lost what it means to love. There's no longer the definition of love in the church. And let me ask you, the word was used to convert to Christians, convert Nigerians to Christians, was not a weapon of gun. It was not a weapon of manipulation. It was not a weapon of legislation. It was a weapon of love that those who brought the religion to our country showed to the people that made it was accepted. If the same love lost in the body of Christ, people will always go to wherever they are loved. And if Muslims are the ones showing it, if Atheists are the ones showing it, if today free thinkers, atheists are the ones showing it, no matter how much prayer the church is praying, their children will become free thinkers. Their children will become atheists. If atheists are the ones to provide job, if atheists are the ones striving to bring solution to the problem of the people, people will listen to them more than they will listen to their religious leaders. Because whoever caters for the people, whoever represents them, whoever defends them, is always going to be the one they will follow. This is my argument. I want to allow DSA or Dr. Victor to say something, then we can continue from there.
All right. I think there is no way to disagree with what you are saying. It is the Christians themselves who are pushing other Christians to Islam. And the failure of the church is the triumph of Islamic faith in Nigeria. And the blindness of the church to the message of Christianity, which is the message of love, is what is pushing people away to Islam. Therefore, Christians and the fallen state of the church in Nigeria is what is Islamizing Nigeria rather than the efforts of the Muslim. I cannot agree less, or I cannot agree more to what you are saying. It is absolute truth, and I've been saying this over and over again. Maybe Bamishayi Victor will have to add to that.
Yes, in all honesty, I am less scared or less concerned or less perturbed about the possibility of Nigeria becoming an Islamic nation as I am of Nigeria becoming a faithless nation. I think
godless
people. I think by their droves, more people are becoming atheists, free thinkers by the day, and only just a fraction of that number still seek fulcrum or seek solace in Islam or any other religion. I think a large percentage of number are going to atheism and free thinking and just seeing the world in agnosticism. Yeah. And another fraction, which I think is even larger than the ones going to Islam, are going back to the traditional African religion. And I think if we will look at it objectively, and if you look at numbers, and if you have friends you talk to around, you will see that Islam
in the sense of Christians who are living anyways, is just a little of the number. But again, you raised a very valid point earlier in the discussion, DSA, that what is our moral right? What right do we have to say or to stop Islam from moving ahead, or from Muslims?
Is your microphone on?
Yes.
Yeah, they can't hear me. Just push it forward. You remove from there. Just let it hang. Okay? Just let it come forward. Yeah. Draw it forward. Yeah, like that. Yes. Yeah, talk like that now.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, he said he can hear you.
Very clear.
Very clear. Very clear.
Okay.
Good.
So, what is our moral right? What claim do we have over these people when even we are going to the inner towns in the name of evangelism? By the day, every night, not just many churches are not just praying; they are going in the name of missionary,
Sending missions.
yeah, trying to convert these people from Islam to Christianity. And that was the point I want to really focus on, that if jihad will not do it, if legislation will not do it, then the only thing that can do it is ideation or orientation, as the case may be. And so now there's a battle of ideas, a battle of orientation between Christians who are selling what they have in terms of ideas, and Muslims who are selling what they have in terms of ideas. And marketing strategies will be different for each of the religion. But at the end of the day, I think more people will focus on the ones that bring them results, and for people who have not been mentally built up, as we have in many people in Nigeria. I don't mean that as an insult. I'm just saying things on the basis of fact that of what's on ground. Pleasure. So it will be on results, and then what gives them pleasure. So I don't think that at any point in time, pleasure will be derived from somebody who has been going from one night vigil to the other, from one camp to the other, from one crusade to the other, searching for miracles, and has not received it. At a point in time, he's going to get disillusioned, and there will be no pleasure for him, and he will need to find that pleasure somewhere else. And the thing that I know with maybe many Muslims, the way I see it, is that many Nigerians, what they are looking for is financial, they want to be financially buoyant, they want to settle down. Muslims that I know will not preach to you just with mouth. They are going to bring money. They will settle you. So right now, you want to, and I've had discussions with a lot of Christians. They know how to settle. You'll be okay. So you can't expect, like I was saying earlier, that Christianity and Islam are old-fashioned. Capitalism is what rules right now. It's money. You can't expect somebody who is in need of money. Christianity is offering him prayer and fasting, and he's been doing that. And a Muslim is saying, convert to my religion, I'm going to settle you this. And all he's looking for is money. He's going to get it and convert. Then the next thing we need to ask again is how many people, how many Islamists are living ostentatiously? How many of them are living in a flagrant display of wealth that they've accumulated often from the congregants? How many Muslim clerics do you see showing off private jets and just being profligate in terms of spending and using it to intimidate people? How many of them have we seen living in affluence? Now, that is what many Christians do. And it's going to get to a point, the people are simply going to get tired of it. They are going to simply be fed up. And if it has to be, if they even have to be driven by moral compass, not even by truth, let's just use a moral compass. At a point in time, they are going to choose. People who are not oppressing them with riches. The people are not taking from them to even now be showing it to their face. A preacher once said, I discovered that the secret of wealth is tithing. But what he was not telling the congregants is that he is the one collecting the tithe. And it's not because he's paying it. It's because he's collecting it from you that he's getting it. At the point in time, these people are going to have to choose. Another point, again, in this orientation is social responsibility. Mr. Israel has mentioned a lot about that. Look at practically. Islamic banking provides something they call sukuk. The sukuk bond is an interest-free loan to the government. That the government is able to borrow this money and use it to repair certain roads. And then your pastor is buying 4x4 Jeep, Land Cruiser, to drive on that road. They are not building anything banking to help you, to help congregants. And look at it, yes. The homelessness is everywhere. We build big churches only to be open when there is service. How else does it serve people? No. At a point in time, people's eyes are going to be open. And they are going to have to make a choice, either to tweet or to transfer. And sometimes, and in all of those, the basic things that they are living, where they are going to is now will be subjective. So, in essence, the ineffectiveness, the inefficiencies of Christianity will lead to the death of Christianity. And don't get it twisted. Christianity can die in Nigeria without Islamization ever taking place. And that's my own biggest fear, in fact. Christianity can die, people will still choose not to go to Islam. So, those who are scared of Islamization are focused on the very wrong thing. I think it should be more focused on the thriving, on the survival of Christianity. The question should not be will Islamists take over. The question should be for how long can Christianity survive? And I think, yes, that the death of Christianity is happening as a necrosis. You know, the thing about necrosis, yes, is that it dies from the inside and starts spreading out. It's not some sort of stuff that, it's not trauma. There's no trauma involved. The death starts from outside. It starts from inside. They start dying from inside. So there's going to be an implosion in Christianity because it will now be a contest of wrong ideas, because that is what they have made the mainstaying point. Now, some people were giving wrong testimonies before. Now it has gone to fake miracles. So it's not even, before it will just come and say something that something happened. Or you exaggerate testimony. That's what some of the fathers were doing. But now they are staging fake miracles to the point that a woman was getting healed. The one that I captured on video that we've seen 5 times. 5 different pastors. You saw 7. And those are the ones that I captured on video. I imagine how many CAC prayer grams she has been that there was no video recording. I wonder if they've even taken her to Ghana to reveal her. Now, this implosion will take place in the sense that different wrong ideas there's no truth in any of those ideas will be fighting themselves, even in Christianity. That is why, if I were you as a Christian, I would be less concerned about what my enemy can do as to what, and I mean that enemy in a figurative sense. I'll be less concerned about those who I consider opponents as to my own personal integrity. The thing about this is, yes, if this house is a safe house and it has a password, nobody can unlock it unless they know the password. And it therefore means that the only way this fortress can fall is that it falls inside. And so, we should be more concerned, and that's the truth, that's the plain truth, about the survival of Christianity.
And that's taking it away from religion, DSA. I am now even more concerned about the survival. And I'm thinking that Christianity as of now is undergoing what is called spiritual atherosclerosis.
And we are just at the brink right now of insult, what
disintegration.
Disintegration. I'm even trying to go biologically. What that means is that the blood that supplies us, the vessels are already being plagued.
The narrowing is happening. Main truth is not flowing again.
Entropy.
And I think until we remove those plagues, and that's exactly what we are trying to do with the truth, that very soon, what you would have and you will call Christianity will be a corpse of what real Christianity is. It's almost there, but I hope we can still salvage it.
So what will be left much of Christianity will be like what you have in the UK now. This is exactly what it is, yes. That you will still have the churches, the relics, but the spirit would have been long gone. The truth, the message would have been long gone. And that will not happen because Islamists are the one preaching on your pulpit. They will happen because truth had been assassinated long ago. Yeah, on the pulpit by people who are called Christians. So I think that Islamization should not even be a point of discussion for Christians. I think we should live and let them live their life and be more concentrated on truth, because the Bible says, and if you believe it, that the truth shall do what? Shall set you free. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. The truth will set you free. And when you are free, you have no fear. You have no fear. There's no love. There's no fear in love. So you have no fear of what Islamists can do. You let them live their life. You pray for them. At least you all know please that they get converted. So what do you want them to say? In any case, I think I've made my point that the death of Christianity in itself is not a window to Islamization, but the main thing we should be concerned about is the survival of the real Christianity in today's age.
Well, we have to go back to Israel Good News Balogun.
Thank you very much, yes, and thank you, Dr. Bamshai, for the very wonderful contributions. And then, yes, thank you very much. Two things that Saneto said was Nigeria are secret atheists, and I want to tell you that the number of youths and young ones who have become secret atheists today is alarming. They are secret free thinkers. They become secret herbalists. They still follow their parents to church. They are still members of the choir. They still go and worship on Sunday because they need their parents to pay their school fees. They need the shelter that their parents provide. They still need to enjoy the opportunity their parents is giving them. But I tell you today, they are no longer a belief of that faith. And then if you want to check out the real people that are dictating the value and cultural values of Nigeria today, they are not pastors. They are not Christians. They are guys who preaches internet fraudster, smoke, hard drug, alcohol, women. They are the one that is predicting and dictating. You know, in Nigeria today, that's what they call mania. The manians, they are followers of a guy called Naira Marley. And one of the emblem of manians is that you must drop out. If a mania graduates, you are not a mania. And these guys, they are so proud to say it, even on a social platforms. claiming that Mania does not graduate with dropouts. And these are people that are already dictating the value system of Nigerian youth. And I'm not talking about dictating in thousands. I mean, they are influencing them in millions. Why do you then think the young generation are not listening to the church anymore? I think the church is no longer operating on ideas. The church is no longer operating on the basis and the fundamental things that make the life of people better. Rather, they operate on the fundamental principles that will keep them in power and keep enriching them. Second thing this my brother said, and anybody can argue this with me, this is my own field and my calling. If you think you have evidence, you can show me, I will show you my own. I will take you to the places. Muslims open their mosques to street children at night to sleep. Why churches love their churches? I approached one church some times ago and said, please, will you allow these children to sleep in your church at night instead of sleeping at the garage? Because I saw these children will be sleeping inside buses at the rail of the road. And so they told me they would get back to me. I keep on calling, sending mail, doing everything. Eventually they got to me that the church are decided and they cannot give them that opportunity. Yet we lock our church and lock these children out. Even many of them will sleep at the gate of the church, at the front, like they will line up there, just for them to have a place to sleep overnight. Well, with these truths and facts that have been presented to Nigerians, and I got to know that even our concern should not even be Islamizing Nigeria, but Nigeria becoming a faithless nation, a nation without God. That should be the greatest danger that Nigeria should concern ourselves with. Which I totally agree. Our greatest danger should even be Nigeria, a nation without God. And this is exactly why I personally will not stop talking and doing everything within my power to make sure that Nigeria will not lost it. And Nigerians will understand as a man that died for them, and that man is not a religious man. Rather, it's a man who showed them unexplainable love. Thank you very much, DSA, and to everyone who have been listening. I think people want to call in can start calling in and then contribute. That's what I have to say.
All right, if you want to call into this program, please go to Facebook Messenger and look for Move Agents. Move Agents Matic. It's just one word, Move Agents, then Matic in front of it. So Move Agents on Facebook Messenger and write to us that you want to call. So you need to write to us that you want to call. Meanwhile, I want to talk about this book here, Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. Well, God has already done his own part, let's face it. God has done what he needs to do. God has done what he can do. He has already saved the world. Now we need to do what he asks us to do and what we are supposed to do. We need to take responsibility on ourselves for the salvation of our nation. There's another book that we have today that also talks about religion and the danger of religion, damaged by religion. Damaged by religion. If you are someone person that has been affected or damaged by religion, I want to tell you that this book will, if you know anybody that has been affected or damaged by religion, this book will help them. This book is actually a path to healing. It's a path of recovery for people who have been damaged by religion. So if you want to call today, write us, send us a note, send us SMS message on Facebook Messenger that you would like to comment and contribute to the topic that we're discussing today. Is it the Muslims and Islamists that are going to try to Islamize Nigeria, or the Christians themselves who are going to end up Islamizing Nigeria? So that's the topic at hand. Is there anybody that wishes to call? Do you have anybody that is planning to contribute? Let's connect with them. Let's hear them. Let's hear what they have to do.
By the way, on a sarcastic note, I think the Islamization started in Bayelsa.
What happened in Bayelsa? Some people might not know what's going on.
Okay, so APC won Bayelsa, and before APC is Buhari's party, and the X-Men party,
They have gone to the south.
and it so happened that I think they did it with the help of the Euro.
Oh,
The Euro. The hero of democracy.
the hero.
Yeah, Jonathan. Good luck,
The
Jonathan.
president himself.
I think he was the one who helped.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, DSA and Dr. Bamishaye.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
sir.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Peter
That is
calling from
Peter.
Belgium.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, once I just want to thank you, DSA, for this, what God has been using you to do for the Christian, in fact, for everything. I think some people have not come to the understanding that there is a purpose and there is a reason why it is. You know, any topic that you present or any program is, for me, is eye-opening, is very important for us. And I want to thank our brother too, Brother Israel, for his research and his spirit that is in him, the truth spirit that is in him, that he can able to present the mindset of the people and what is going on, especially in Nigeria, in Africa. About this topic, they say it's not a mistake, or it's not a mistake that this time you are presenting this kind of topic, because people don't understand it now. When we talk about our religion or our Christianity in Nigeria, it's a nightmare, and we need to speak about it. We need to talk about it. We don't have Christianity in Nigeria. That is a fact. We don't have Christianity in Nigeria. We don't practice Christianity in Nigeria. What we practice, how do you say, it's just mammon, wickedness, and witchcraft, and so on and so forth. So for this topic, for us to be talking about Islamic Nigeria is very important, because this is what our so-called GOs and pastors, because they know they have failed in their responsibility. The responsibility God gave them, call to use them for the people. They have failed woefully. So what they are doing is to bring different topic, fear factor, religion, Muslim, Christian fighting each other, because they have failed to teach the people or to discover sons and daughters in every sphere of influence. Because if they have able to discover sons and daughters in their position, to put them in a position for them to know God, I don't think this topic of Islamic Nigeria for this generation that Muslim will come to Islamic Nigeria, which is not going to be possible. If it's going to be possible, it is their attitude and the way they present the church to Nigerians or to Africa. That is the only way it can work. That is the only way. That is the reason I said thank you for this topic. People need to hear, people need to start thinking, because they have succeeded to lead the people astray for a very long time. They have divided Nigerian minds into pieces, different doctrine, different denomination, different geo, their doctrine, and all kind of manner of programs. But to summarize my point is because of their failure, of the responsibility to discover sons and daughters. That is the problem that we have today. That is the problem that we have in Nigeria today, because when I say that we have 85 million Christians in Nigeria today, as of 2014, was 85 million. And 85 million is like half of Nigerian population. Maybe now is more. So it is what they are teaching and what we are hearing. That is what is happening in Nigeria today. If you look about the criminal, the corruption, the killing, the hypocritism in mindset that we have is from the church. It is what they are teaching. Imagine pastor will stand in the church and started telling the people, your enemy must die, a Muslim must die, this must die. This is what they are telling the people. So they know they have failed. So for them to cover up for their own deeds and evil, they will started bringing some pronunciation, fear factor, and try to confuse the people more. But it's a timing topic, and I believe this topic will be a good thing for our people, for our Nigerian people in Nigeria. All the things that you are presenting, from the government to the religion, all that you are doing is just a timing thing. People don't see it now because they are so blind to see. They are so blind to see. But when I look at you, when I look at your teaching, when I look at your message, when I look at your passion, when I look at your artistic, everything about is just timing, it's just a purpose. You are not doing it. I don't see you doing it yourself, because we will not expect these people to lead all Nigerians, the sons of God, to the pit, or to fire. I mean, he has to stop. That's the reason I said this topic, mindset, this Islamize Nigeria, the mindset of Nigeria, all the it's like a time program. That is when I started watching. I started seeing how this is. It is not a normal thing. It's not a normal program. It's not a normal presentation. Every of your program. You remember last week when we were trying to present this program, there were chaos. Internet was not working. I was watching, and I said to myself, it's not normal. But this program will be repeated again. But I thank God today the program is repeating today, and you will continue. God will give you more. Israel, everybody that is involved in this transformation, because our pastors and GOs have caused a lot of harm. Me, I'm not talking to politicians or all those kind of. The pastors and GOs and so-called prophetess and prophets, they have caused a lot of damage to Nigeria, because our every of our mindset, or what do you call it now, is coming from the church. They don't talk about God. They don't talk about Christ. They talk about their GOs. They talk about what the GO said. They talk about what their papa said. They talk about what their mama said. And everything is just messed up. Everything is messed up. The reason is because they have failed to teach the people principles, law and order. They have failed to teach the people the truth of the gospel. They have failed to teach the people diligence. They have failed to teach the people hard work we pay. They have failed because they know they just want to buy time, and it will not work. I'm just an example of my church in my state, the church in my state, Idahosa Church. I'm using it for a reference every time. I want everybody to hear. Idahosa Church in Benin City or all over Edo State is not even up to 10. Let everybody challenge me for that. I know that. This is how their own will fall apart, because the truth has been hidden for a long time. And the truth is coming out now. I know a little program that I'm doing, some pastors are telling me to stop, not to use those what they call, the title that I'm using that is offensive. I don't care if it's offensive, because they know. I said, just wait, begin to do what you are doing. If you know you are doing the right thing, begin to do it, because the truth is coming. The truth is already there. The truth has come. It will overtake everybody, all the things that you guys are doing. You guys have succeeded, mislead the people astray completely. Thank you, DSA, for the good what you are doing. I appreciate your work. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Yeah.
Grateful. Blessings. Okay, that is Peter from Belgium. He has a wonderful program that he does on Facebook regularly, trying to enlighten our people in the questions of religion. Well, our people are too religious. That's why they are saying only God can save Nigeria. And this book will open your eyes to know that no. God has done his part. It is not God again that will come down to come and save Nigeria. It is now our turn to do what we can do, what we are supposed to do to save our country. Hello?
Good evening, this DSA.
Yes, sir. Who is this? Good evening. I had good evening, DSA. And I can't hear anything again. I think the guy disappeared. Hello?
Pastor Wellington, it's Pastor Wellington. Good evening.
Pastor Wellington, we can speak louder or speak into your device.
Okay. Let me press it well. Are you hearing me now?
No.
Okay, let me press it. Okay. I'm working on it.
Maybe you are wearing earphones. Maybe you need to speak directly into the set.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Very low.
Very low. Oh,
Are you close to the device? Hello? Is it there? I can't even hear anymore. Pastor Wellington from Paris, from Paris, yeah, from France.
You use the French accent.
Yeah, the accent, Paris, from French accent. I don't know what is wrong with his device today, but it's a man that is always speaking sense. So I would really like to hear what he has to say. So let's try to get him again. I'm sure he's having some wisdom for us.
Hello. Good evening.
Now, much better now.
Hallelujah. We thank God for that.
Welcome, sir.
We thank God for wonderful work Israel Balogun is doing there in Nigeria.
Yes.
In fact, that is the real Nigerian mindset. That is the real Nigerian mindset. And I thank God also for our dear Dr. Bamishai, a key, a supporter of the APC. I have to come out clearly on that. We thank God for you. Let me just go directly.
This is the first time I've been described as that.
Let me just go directly. Now, we have a wonderful topic here, but a topic that sounds, we call it foolish to the illiterate, and foolish also to the literate. When I talk about literate, I'm talking about, let's numbers, the professors, many of them in Nigeria, and they will find it difficult to assimilate, to understand. It's a mystery. What we are dealing with is a mystery, and that it's even good that we are talking about it so that it can be recorded, and that the future generation will be able to, recall. We'll be able to have something to go back to, and that they will be able to say, somebody in Ukraine, in Nigeria, made mention of this. The Lord used him to share this with the whole world. And I pray it should not happen. It should not happen.
Amen.
Seeing Nigeria becoming something else.
Amen.
Now, the topic I say is foolishness. It will sound foolish to men in the area that we have three groups of people, and the three groups of people. Number one is the Muslims themselves. The Muslims themselves will find it hard to believe that Christians are going to Islamize Nigeria. The Muslims themselves. So when I'm talking about the Muslims, I'm talking about the poor ones. A majority of them are so, I will call them wretched. They have nothing to eat. They have no hope. They have no future. So it's not something that they can easily assimilate, or it doesn't fit into their own level, and that they will really find it hard to believe. Now, let us go fast to the church itself. The church, we have the remaining two set of people, and in the church now we have I will call them the bench warmer. If you don't call them the bench warmer, we can call them the church goers. If we don't call them the churchgoers, we can call them the majority. As we always say, majority carries the vote, the majority carries the vote. And who are these people? These are often the people that are ready to die for the Jew. They are often the people that are always there to kick against anything you are saying against the wrong doctrines that are coming out from the pulpit. And especially when you make mention of their papas, of their Jews, they are ready to throw stones at you. So this group of people will never believe that Christians are going to Islamize Nigeria. Why? These are just people who do not know the church. Because in the church, as I said, we have two groups. These are people that they can't even boast of 3-day meal. They can't even boast of even 1-day meal. So they are just always there in search of, is it miracle? Is it a place to lay their heads on? That is even if they will offer them. And they are always there just keep on believing that things are going to be well, just as their GO is prophesying. Answer, these people will never believe it, that they themselves, I mean the Christians, are going to Islamize Nigeria. Now, let me talk about those that are going to believe us, that are going to believe this thing. Now, these people, they will not call you. This group of people will not come out. And people are the people on top of the church. They are the people on top of the church.
Wow.
Now, when I say people on top of the church, let me start with the Jews themselves. Sir, all this ranting, all this bluffing, all these, let me call it hate speech that are coming out from the pulpit. Sir, if you are in control of something, do you need to be ranting on it? If you are in control of something, if something is under your control, do you need to always be talking about, they want to Islamize Nigeria, they want to do this, you don't need it. If really, as they boast of the 80 million population, Christian population, if you have 80 million believers, you're under your so-called ministry, and that they are always sitting under you, you don't need to be afraid of one Islamic agenda or one Buhari who wants to Islamize a nation. You don't need to be afraid of that.
Yes.
In fact, you don't need to believe it.
Yeah.
So I consider these people ranting, talking, as a form of they saying that, look, what we are doing is even giving way for this Islamization.
Wow.
Let us look at this in another way, because it's just like a rich man who has money. You have money, and you have servants all under you. Everything under you is under you, and you don't need to talk too much, because in control of those things. So if you have lost control, it is when you have lost control. It is when you are afraid of tomorrow. It is then now that you will start shouting. Have you ever seen rich men shouting? Have you ever seen Dangote shouting? Have you ever seen all the other side? They are at peace. They are at peace. Now, they are shouting. Every one of them are using their pulpit to say all those different kinds of things because they have lost it.
Yeah.
They have already lost it. Financial wise, in everything, they have lost it. Now, let me talk about another group of people still in the church on the top, and these are the pastors. They are assistant pastors, the people working under them. So I can't count numbers of pastors that put to come out to talk boldly or to share with us boldly what they are going through in Nigeria.
Wow.
What they are going through in Nigeria. The way their so-called bishop treating them.
Wow.
Sir, how can you imagine a whole master degree holder who have left everything with the mentality that, look, you just go full time, abandon everything for Christ, as they always, teach them, indoctrinize them. Now, abandoning it for 15 years, 20 years, and now earning 40,000 naira a month, sir. How will he be able to cope? How will he take care of the children, the family? It doesn't stop there. Sir, they will be transferring them left and right. They will take them to places, sir, that, sir, even they themselves cannot send their own children there. They will abandon them in places that you cannot imagine, in war zones, in places that normally they should be more treated than even people in Nigeria. So these people, sir, they are many in numbers, and these people, if a Muslim will offer them money, or will like to employ them, or will guarantee their tomorrow financially, they are ready to leave the church.
Wow.
They are ready to leave the church.
My God.
They cannot come out. They can't even phone you. They can't manifest, sir. They're at the back. They have to be stealing the tithes. They have to be doing some other things at the back, collecting money, manipulating the members. Why? The top is not paying them, so they also have to find their way, and they have to find some shortcuts. So these people, this set of people in the church, on top of the church, if you ask them, if we are opportune to know them, if they can come out, they will tell you that, sir, we are the one paving way for the Islamization of Nigeria. Now, we have been talking about the future, and that Islamization is coming. But, sir, if anybody, if it is tried today, you will see that it will happen. Christian Islamizing Nigeria. Now, why am I saying so? Abiola, late Abiola, didn't came up with this agenda. It wasn't Islamization, but he came up with a Muslim ticket. And sir, if you will remember, all Christians in Nigeria, majority of the Christians in Nigeria voted him in.
Yes.
The whole nation of Nigeria, Christians, gathered themselves together. They forgot the differences and everything, and they voted him in.
That's true.
I said that Abiola didn't have an agenda to Islamize Nigeria. But imagine if the strategies that he put in place then to present himself, to present that Muslim ticket, if somebody will come up with another agenda, another strategy today. What was the strategy? You were teaching about it some weeks ago, and it's true. This man went all about Nigeria, and he went everywhere doing good.
Yes.
He planted things everywhere.
Yes.
In other words, when Christians were voting, they were not voting for a Muslim. They were voting for their stomach.
Yes.
They were voting for their stomach. So we are talking about years ago. In other words, the doctrines that we are trying to correct today, they have been in place. They have been there for a long time. We have been preaching nonsense,
yes,
on the pulpit a long time ago, and that many of our people, Christians, has always been miracle searchers.
yes.
People in need of what to eat.
Yes.
It is what they want to eat that matters. So when they forgot the area that Abiola was a Muslim, or Abiola was as they were saying there were a lot of rumors. I won't take much of your time on that. There were a lot of rumors, but they forgot all those rumors that he wanted to burn the Bible, different kinds of. They forgot all those rumors, and they voted massively for him. Why? He was taking care of them. Sir, if a Muslim will come up with the same strategy.
Wow.
You see all those pastors.
Wow.
All those pastors that cannot call you or cannot write you, cannot feed their family, cannot feed their wives, cannot boast tomorrow, that they transfer from one place to the other. Sir, you will be amazed. They will come out in large numbers. It is then if you can guarantee their monthly payment, taking care of them, give them food. Sir, they will vote massively for a Muslim agenda. So what are we saying here? Christians can, or as evil, because based on what I'm saying, I mean their heart, what is already in place, the teachings, the doctrine, all these wrong things that are there, Christians already have Islamized Nigeria.
Wow.
So it's not that Christians will Islamize Nigeria. We have already Islamized Nigeria. Because this, the bench warmers, the church goers, all these miracle searchers that are under them, sir, those ones they will follow. When the assistant pastor has gone, when all these people have been employed, they will follow. They are after what they will eat. So if the assistant pastor of so bishop, if the so-called pastor or deacon of so bishop or geo has left, and that there is, sir, all these people will vanish.
Wow.
So to hand it all, they have been boasting of 80 million Nigerian Christians. But they failed to understand that the 80 million has not been tried.
Yes.
Tried in the real sense. If the 80 million is tried with what matters, what really matters in their life, they will give up their faith. They will denounce Jesus.
Wow.
They will all denounce Jesus.
Wow.
And those 80 million that they are boasting of, they are just waiting. But we don't want it to happen.
Amen.
And it will not happen in the name of Jesus.
In Jesus'
So we are believing that by shouting, by ringing bells, by coming up like this on and on, people, that majority might carry the vote physically, but the spirit, it has got nothing to do with majority.
Amen.
Because the truth will always win.
Yes.
God bless you, sir. God bless
Beautiful.
you, Dr. Bamshaye. God bless you, sir.
Powerful.
God bless you, sir. God
Powerful.
bless you, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Powerful. Powerful.
Bye.
I think he has alluded so much to the fact that as of now, it's about money. That's the value system. That's what dictates the value system. You bring money, people are ready to compromise anything. So, and that's a fault. That's a fault of the what has been propagated, what has built the value system of the people up until now.
Victor.
So, I don't know if we have another caller.
Yes, I think we still have callers. He made a very strong point. Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
And he took his time to explain it.
Yes, and it made very great sense. And the proof, especially with the Abiola argument,
Yes.
it is solid. All the Christians forgot about their prejudices against him.
Hello, DSA.
Hello.
Good evening, DSA.
That's Mrs. Abiola.
Yes, please.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Please speak closer to your device.
All right. Is it better now?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, DSA, for, especially Israel for bringing out all this mindset, all this nonsense that Nigerians have. You know what? Of recent, they passed a bill, and I'm telling you, One of these days, people like Oyedepo, people like Suleiman, who are saying rubbish to, to make people unnecessarily uproar. We're going to pick them up. You will see what will happen one of these days, because these people have failed already. Instead of them to look inwards and see how we're going to move forward, make correction to all that has been, damaged, they are just ranting about for nothing's sake. Nigeria of yesterday is not Nigeria of today. Things are happening every day. Things are changing every day. So many, even the government itself are working to what needs to be done. So they are passing a lot of bills. They are all sitting down thinking well of how to move Nigeria from all this nonsense to a better, at least listening to what Buhari said. He's not, I've said it many times. If Buhari wants to Islamize, go ahead. He can't do it. Nigeria is too big for that.
Yes.
And if Christians know what they are doing, I as a person, I'm not afraid of Islamizing. What I want is a better life for the people. When people have a better life, they will surely know the God to serve.
Yes.
They will know the faith to have. You don't need to argue on that, or you don't need to, no. When you have a good life, when everything is in perspective, everybody will know. You will all everything will fall into pleasant places. That's what the Bible says. So all this nonsense, Oyedepo, Suleiman, they will pick them up soon, because what they did show, they will pick them up. DSS will pick them up. Do exactly what they did to show that they will do it back to them, because all these people, they need to be taken out of the community so that we can have peace. Peace will move Nigeria to a better place, not all this nonsense. I'm not afraid or whatever. No. What we want as a nation is for us to have a better life. Once you have better life, it is now it's a choice. God gave us the choice. Choose between evil and good. It's a choice for you to now choose which faith is good for you or not. There's no argument on that, But when you don't have a life, you just fall into any trap or any evil or any nonsense. That's all, So it's a matter of time. Let's just wait and see. With this movement, with this mission you embark on, the Lord has empowered you. The Lord has even empowered we, your followers, that we are of one, mind, the mind of the kingdom. That yes, we are going to move it. We are going to do all it takes to make the kingdom in Nigeria, another united, kingdom of God, not, of Mammon, that everybody, all these people are. It's a shame. It's rather a shame. You look at that Spark boy in London now. He's been around for quite a while, and it took Britain a long time to catch up with him, because that guy, can you see, a Christian, in making people, young youth want to go and get loan and bring it to him. He's living in an exclusive area, exclusive area to the rich in Britain. And this boy I knew when he came to this country, he was nobody, but he went into the community of the black, the southeast, where the blacks and Nigerians are, and started this, nonsense. And because he learned all these things from all these GOs, all these papas, all these mamas. And it's really a shame, because he has damaged so many lives now. Religion has damaged us to the extent that we just have the peace of God now to move on to the next level.
The Spark Nation, I'm going to speak about him tomorrow.
Yeah. It's really, it's a shame that it's happening. If that can happen in civilized society, can you imagine how he could have done what the GOs and nonsense have done in Nigeria? If this boy is only a 37-year-old, but he came like in the, early 2000, when this guy was around too, that one that was doing so many miracles. That was when he started. I saw him. So when the whole thing came online, I remember saying, this guy, so he has really, graduated to this extent of, telling people, how could you tell someone to go and get a loan and then bring it in the name of religion. It's really a shame. It's really a shame, But things are going to get better. This movement is going to move on till we get to what we want to achieve. That yes, this is God kingdom. Nothing is. We have to live in the kingdom. All this they are talking is all rubbish. I don't believe in it. Even if they Islamize Nigeria, it doesn't affect me because I know what my faith is. So it's a matter of you exhibiting your faith, into the space of everybody. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Victor.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for what you
Thank you for
analysis you gave to us. Nigerians don't think. That's our problem. We need to sit down and think, well, how can we get to a better place? Not all this. It's a minor thing to me. Islam is the list of what should concern anybody. It is the list.
Very good. Very correct. Thank you so much, man. Blessings. Okay. I think she got it right.
Yeah, she's correct. It's the list of, it's a non-issue. It's just it shows the level of conversations we're having.
Balogun says that it's
yeah, it shows the level. That's why the country is not coming up with innovations.
They are just distracting everybody with nonsense.
The nonsense.
Hello?
Yes, sir. This is Kennedy.
Kennedy from where?
I'm calling you in Japan. I'm a Cameroonian by nationality.
All right, Kennedy. Nice to hear you today.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've been struggling to connect to your broadcast, so it has not been that easy.
But now you got through today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm really delighted. I'm grateful. I really want to. I really want to give these suggestions about these prophets in Nigeria, how they are destabilizing Cameroon. Because if you look as at the moment now, there is a problem in British Southern Cameroon.
Yes.
And the French Cameroon.
Yes.
And there's a conflict now, and this conflict has resulted to a lot of killings. And most of these men of God, like Apostle Suleiman,
yes,
Apostle Suleiman, he has been, when he gives his fake prophecies, the Cameroonian boys, they are going to pick it up. They think that is this prophecy that the man, truly our country is going to divide. We are going to separate. So why he's saying like that? Because when he gives the prophecy that not too long from now, Cameroon we are going to separate, and we the English speaker, we are going to manage our economy on our own. And this is going to cause a lot of killing and killing and killing again. More of the people are going to die. So why he's saying like that? He's using this opportunity to kill more people.
Yes.
Before I even came to know about TSA, I watched you sometime when you were criticizing some of these men of God about their false doctrine.
Yes.
Then I was asking myself, who is this man? I was thinking that you are just somebody like a growing Christian. I think you are just a growing Christian. That's my own knowledge. I was thinking you are a growing Christian. I didn't know that you are a father until I went online on YouTube, and I had to type Dr. Sunday Adelaja. Then I saw a lot of awards that have been accredited to you. Then I said, this man is not a just man. This is somebody that knows. So I should listen to what you are already saying. Then I discovered that you are talking a lot of sense. Because you spoke some time ago, and there was a Cameroonian man of God that criticized you bitterly.
Yes.
Then that is when I looked at it and I said, no, let me really watch what this man is saying. What is this man really saying? You see, Cameroon is in Christianity.
But that Cameroonian guy that criticized me is one of the sons of those Suleiman now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, he doesn't know he doesn't know. You know, because Cameroon today, if you are not preaching like these Nigerian people, these fake people in Nigeria, to be honest with you, your Christianity is your preaching is doubting. They will doubt you a lot. I don't even know if God raised genuine men of God in Cameroon today, if they will be able to stand to preach.
Wow.
They will suffer.
Wow.
They will suffer a lot because everything now is about David Oyedepo said this, Suleiman said this, Adeboye said this, that's Cameroon today. TB Joshua said this. If TB Joshua open his mouth and say this Cameroon man is fake, this Cameroon prophet is fake, that man of God is fake. Oh, as I'm telling you like this,
they will believe him.
They will believe him 100%. Until I came through this your channel, I saw all these things that you are exposing. Then I say, so true, this man is not a prick, because he has one son that he raised in Cameroon. One from Cameroon, they call him John Chi. I don't know if you have ever heard about such person.
Yes, he's a fake one like him too.
Same fake one, 100%. Can a fake tree produce true genuine fruit? It's fake. So as he came into Cameroon, the whole Cameroon was so excited about him, until we started seeing all this trick that same thing you are talking is happening there, same fake is happening inside. So what I'm even trying to come out now is, I was trying to suggest this to our minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the website of our minister in Cameroon, that they should stop these men of God from Nigeria.
Yes.
Because
yes.
Destroying Cameroon. They are destroying our soil.
Yes.
Because as we are saying this thing, they have destroyed the country in a way that everything, if Suleiman is coming to Cameroon, they know Cameroonian, they say it's raw. He say it's raw anointing. That's what Cameroonian say, that he has raw anointing. I said this man is not a man of God. They say he has raw anointing. That's what
Suleiman, that is just a fake deceiver. RNG apostle, the apostle of RNG.
That's what Cameroonians are calling him. That he has raw anointing. Raw. Even Chris Okafor, I used to love Chris Okafor so much. You are the person that opened my eye. I used to love him with all my heart. I used to love that man. When I came to this program, I said, this one, what is Dr. Sunday really showing about this man? Then I fully sat down. I said, I advised myself. I said, truly, this way of doctrine. That is Christianity. Christianity is not this thing that we are keep following people.
Yes.
So they have used this opportunity to cause violence in our country. These people, and they keep carrying money every time in the name of tithe and this thing. They carry 70%. That's what I heard. That's the system.
Yes.
That's the system.
Yes.
They will send their Nigerian men of God to Cameroon.
You know, some of them, some of those pastors, their own money is more than Cameroon itself, but they will still go to Cameroon to carry money away.
I am telling you 100%. That's true. That is true. That is very correct. Because if you look, our country is still very close, 23 million people. That's Cameroon population, all in general. And the southern Cameroon, which is very close to Nigeria, we has linked to Nigeria. It is about 10 million people, 8 to 10 million people. Now, since we have a lot of Nigerian people around us, they are the ones that used to tell us about these people. Immediately they start telling us about these people, we start watching them. We start watching them, and we start following them behind. And we keep following them, and before we realize, we see all of these practices are real diabolic and it is fake.
Of course.
So when we come now, they will come and give prophecy, and they will send Cameroon pastors who start their ministries in Cameroon. When Cameroon pastors start their ministry, when the ministry starts flourishing, immediately they will send Nigerian brothers directly. They will the whole the church will be full with their Nigerian pastors.
Wow.
Then they start instructing them, because now the Nigerian pastors that have come in, they are under full salary.
Wow.
But the Cameroon pastors are not.
Wow.
They will be under the Nigerian pastors. The Cameroon man that have suffered and built the ministry in Cameroon soil. So after that, they will instruct them.
It is another colonization now. Religious colonization.
Perfect. That is the term. That is the term, Papa. That is the term. It's religious colonization. That is it. Wow. They will be taking 70% of the money and send it to Nigeria every month. Every month. And the 30% will remain in the country, that they should pay. They either use it to pay the other Cameroon pastors and the other people, but the Nigerian pastor that is there, he receives the headquarters.
Yes.
Direct from the headquarters. So this has been a system in Cameroon that is circulating. That is circulating from these fake people. The worst part of the story, this one now, this current action that is going on, this bloodshed that is going on. When Suleiman will get up one morning, he eats well. He wants to get more population. He will just give a prophecy. He will give this prophecy here. He gives this one this way. He's confusing himself. He goes back to his church in Auchi in Nigeria, where he's in comfort zone. He will say what he has seen now. If he say it, they will not allow him to enter the country. He goes, when he's in Cameroon soil, he will. If he's in Douala, Cameroon, he will say something else.
Yeah.
If he's in the British Cameroon side, he will say something else to let everything not shake him out.
Yeah.
And then when he goes, he says now what he has seen now. He say maybe the government will not allow him to enter the country again. That's his last message, according to what I heard on social media. And he keep claiming that he has been sent by God to the people of Cameroon. The other day I asked him a question on Twitter, that why has he not visited the people? Since he has been sent by God as a prophet, why has he not gone to the refugee camp in Nigeria? He insulted me on Twitter so bitterly.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's they have destroyed Cameroon soil, destroyed our people. So I strongly detest this act of violence.
Yes.
Truly, indeed, they are using religious system to colonize Cameroon soil.
Yes.
They are using that religious system.
Yes.
And then extracting Cameroon money so violently. They are extracting the money. The church, you have suffered. So once the church starts developing, before you know it, all the money is gone.
Yes.
The pastors, if you do census today, pastors that have worked under Nigerian pastors, they will testify that they have suffered a lot. I really wish all of them can follow this program and know the truth that these people in Nigeria, they are causing them problem. They are taking money and developing their families and their businesses, whereas they themselves are just the young slaves in Cameroon.
Yeah.
I don't really know. So this violence currently now, as at the moment, because I have stressed it out. I stress out the root of this violence. To me, as a person, I blame this most of these Nigerian men of God.
Yes.
This their falsehood.
Yes.
Let me really explain it how I see it. Because their messages have always been, I prophesy, God will bless you, receive, money come on you. You are going to prosper, you will prosper. So Cameroon youth, many of them are unemployed.
Yes.
Many of them are unemployed. So when they have received all those hopes, those false hope, that the money will come on them, at the end of the day, the money is not coming. So when they see this kind of program that is violent, this kind of violent program, they easily join it.
Yes.
Because they have loose hope.
Yes.
They have loose hope.
Yeah.
So I really think that I am begging you, with this light that you have seen, please help us to
We'll
spread
keep on
all this
talking.
good word.
We will keep on talking about it. Thank you so much, Kennedy.
Thank
you
you
so
much.
much for your call. Thank you so much. Blessings.
I think the problem is the same all over Africa, especially with the migration of Nigerians.
Everywhere.
So wherever they go, they take the gospel with them.
The gospel.
They go at the Nigerian gospel, of course. So
The falsehood.
The falsehood, yeah. So.
Hello.
Look, sir.
Hello.
Hello, dear sir.
Yes, is that Mabel Shinwe? Mabel Shinwe.
Yes, sir.
Nice to hear your voice today.
Thank you so much, dear sir. And thank you, Victor. Thank you, Israel. Thank all of you so much.
Thank you.
The ones that have spoken, thank you so much. You all made a wonderful point. As for Nigerian being Islamized, I don't even know Christians, religious people. Let me not call them Christians, because if I call them Christians, I'm making a big mistake, because they are not.
Yeah.
The religious people, they're even speaking with both sides of their mouth.
Yeah.
The GO that have a Buhari on his side, Buhari is not Islamizing Nigeria. The one that don't have Buhari on his side, Buhari is Islamizing Nigeria. Don't you see that confused human being?
Yeah.
They are just all confused. And this is exactly the market our people love buying. They love buying it because the moment it doesn't have any fact, it doesn't have any base, that's the product we rush to buy. For the fact that yours have facts, you want to challenge them with facts, they're not gonna come to you.
Yeah.
But I promise them one thing: when a leaf leaves the branch, even if it's on the floor, it's still very green. But give that leaf some. That's what your message is doing to these religious people, DSA.
Amen.
They might be clamoring nothing is happening. They might be clamoring he's wasting his time. DSA, you're not wasting your time. What is history even all about? Like, let me use my brother as an example, because I keep going to him. Like what Victor said one day about history. Look at you, DSA, bringing scientific way of changing Nigeria. And somebody is trying to go back to the Stone Age to get whatever country that person wants to get with violence. Either all of us die to get this country. Let me even ask, when all of you die, who will now get the country? Who will give back to those that will be in the country? Because if they kill the whole generation, because the speech I'm hearing is, even if all of to get this, then that's vacuum. You are creating vacuum because all of you are dying. You are going to create vacuum. So what kind of sense is that? That's no sense.
Yeah.
Sit at the table. That's the new way. Learn the new way. That's why our religious people can't learn the new things you are saying.
Yeah.
Because the things you are saying is so plain and simple. Imagination is everything. Forget reality. That's what I heard from you, which is even more reason why faith is something to reckon with.
Yeah.
Because faith is bringing the visible to the visible. They don't get what you are saying. When you explain how you're gonna make a new Nigeria, bringing this to the green, taking this from the red to the taking the red to the green, they will not understand it. What do they only understand? Your enemy must die. Look at, I love what that the priest did to that. I don't even know that pastor's name. When praying for his enemy to go down 6 feet, and that priest just said, "Where is it in the Bible?" There is nowhere. But look at our people. They were so happy on top of it because their enemy gonna go down 6 feet, and that enemy will still remain with them because the enemy is not dying. They're not gonna die because nothing will make them die. If the enemies go by the principles of God, if they go by principles of finance, if they go by principles of time, using their time well, you will see them prosper. Why you that is praying for them to die? You are even the one that will die, because you will die in your low self-esteem. You will be having you will be being angry with him while you are done your enemy is progressing, because he is going by the principles of the earth. God has made the laws to work, whether you like it or not. Whether you are GO and you don't want your people to work with the principle, is but the principle must take place. Our forefathers were hitting 2 stones to get light. Now we have electricity. And you are telling me that your enemy was that's the only way out. Look at the road and you receive your money. Your money is not coming unless you work. Your money is not coming unless you start investing your money. Your money is not coming unless you start saving. That's the only way you're going to be a millionaire. So for them to clamor Nigeria will be Islamized, Nigeria will be Islamized, it's because they've run out of message. They have none left. So that is the only thing they have. That's the only thing they have remained. They run out of message.
They have run out of ideas.
They don't have the message of Jesus Christ. They don't have that message of the kingdom. They don't have it. So what are they going to say? Islamization. And now it's time for them to bring Christians and the Muslims to fight. But the only thing they don't know is that the Muslims, they are the one giving the Christians money. How are you going to fight your boss? That's what they don't know. They're not going to fight their boss because they want to eat. As Pastor Willington said, if you promise these pastors, apart from the GOs, their shelter, their feeding, taking care of their children, all this religiosity, because they know the right. There's nobody in this land that don't know what is the right gospel. They all know it. Sometimes I think that they know, but because of what they eat, as he said, like what he said about my people, give us money, they will go. Is it a thing of today? It's not a thing of today. But when you say, look at what he's saying about his people. But that is the fact. Though it's not only my people, so many people, when you give them money, they're going to move to the other side, religion or not. So, dear sir, thank you so very much. I keep telling you, let the leaf keep falling. We're not going to mind about it being green. You're going to get that soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much grateful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Blessings. Yep. Well, the truth is coming out. I think people have run out of ideas. That's just the whole. So who is, you said that the freeze was talking about somebody?
I think that's David Dibiomi or something in Port Harcourt.
It said somebody is going to die?
I didn't fully pay attention to that video, but I saw he released a counter message.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Who is speaking, please?
Yeah, this is Lawrence from USA.
Lawrence, okay. Nice to hear your voice, man.
Yes, sir.
We're hearing you?
Yeah, I received a call from you.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's a mistake because we thought we are in a live broadcast now. Maybe they thought you wanted to call, so they called you.
Oh, I called sometime 2 weeks ago and nobody responded when you are on live broadcast.
Oh, right. We are right now on live broadcast. I'm sure my office, this telephone is not my private telephone, it's the studio telephone. So they saw it now and they thought that you wanted to talk now.
Oh, I don't know the issue you're talking about now, but the one you were talking about last 2 weeks, I wanted to talk about it. I don't know the issue you're discussing.
Okay, don't worry, please. Next time when you are live, then we'll call you. Just let us know. We'll call you back, okay?
All right, thank you.
Sorry for that. Blessings. Bye. That's a mistake from my own office, yeah. So, well, I think we've had a long discussion.
Very long one. So we could as well end it here.
We should let people go now. So thank you so much, everyone. Get that book, Damaged by Religion. It's going to be of a blessing. And only God can save Nigeria is a myth. Let's go ahead and take responsibility for our country. From me?
And from me, I would say be more concerned about the survival of Christianity from what is happening within Christianity. If you do that, then you can maintain the integrity of Christianity, not external force will be able to stop Christianity. And that was the foundation of Christianity itself when the Romans and those elders in Rome in the early Jerusalem were saying that if this move is of God, then no force would be able to stop it because they had seen a lot of pretenders before them. So if you are sure that your church is not a congregation of pretenders, I mean pretending to be the real thing. If you are sure you have the gospel, then you have nothing to be scared of. Christ knows how to defend himself. Truth will always defend itself. So from here, we say see you next time. God bless you.
Peace.